Welcome, welcome. This is, as you can guess, is the Thanksgiving episode for On the Line. Now, today, with Thanksgiving on the mind, we're going to be bringing up topics like dealing with family. Everybody has family coming around, and now that COVID has subsided just a little bit, you know you're going to be seeing your family a little more this year. And we know it's going to be a little tough for some people to deal with certain family members. And also, we sprinkle in a little bit of Black Friday magic on this episode. We give you some tips and some stories about Black Friday itself. And also, because it's Thanksgiving, we're going to be doing trivia all throughout with a little challenge from Crystal and maybe a little prize at the end. And of course, as you guys know, we're not experts, but we like to say we're not dummies. We know what we're talking about, at least in some respect. We want to make
Mhm.
sure you guys get some advice going forward. And now, our first advice giver, Steve.
What's going on, everyone? And to my right, we have Crystal.
Hey, y'all. And your host for today, your gobble gobble turkey eating, pumpkin pie tasting, turkey stuffing host is John.
What's up? Okay, this is Thanksgiving. We are on the line. So we're going to be starting off by passing it off to Crystal here because she's going to explain her rules for this trivia.
I got 12 questions. We're going to do rounds of 4 questions. So 3 rounds of 4. Give them a little bit of time to reboot for each round. But I'm going to challenge them here. I got 12 questions, 3 rounds of 4. If they can get at least 7 right, I'm going to buy them both one thing on Black Friday.
Oh, I like our chances.
So
Oh, yeah. She's
I want
buying
to
a
say
house.
there's
I'm
Yeah.
there's
buying a
some
house
easy
on
ones.
Black Friday.
There's some easy ones, but there's definitely some hard ones. So I'm interested to see if they can get 7 right. That's a C, passing, right? Oh no, that's wrong. That's wrong
Is
math.
that question part of the trivia?
No.
That's almost failing. That's like a
Yeah.
D.
Okay, whatever. If you guys can get 7 right, I'll be impressed. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 4 questions first. Don't mess it up. No pressure. Do you guys want a freaking Xbox? I'm just kidding. I'm not buying an Xbox. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Here we go. Grab a pie. Grab some leftover Thanksgiving food if you're listening to this after Thanksgiving. My first question, I would say this is pretty easy, but let's see. How many days did the first Thanksgiving last? 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days?
2, 3, 4, or 5.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. When the freaking pilgrims and the Native Americans came together to have a nice Thanksgiving, how long did it last?
I'm thinking it's the one that I would
Be the
least
least likely.
likely.
I mean, obviously, back in the day, I feel like things took long because, even just crossing the ocean took like months, right?
Yeah.
So if a single day, like, no ways, but it's not even an option. So 2 days seems a little short. I feel like when they do
Yeah.
like those banquets and things, it's like a week event.
It's a huge
Maybe
event.
5 might be kind of a thing, you know?
Pushing it with 5 days. It might be. I'm thinking it's 4. That's enough time to prepare, enjoy.
I have no clue. I'm feeling all right with that. I feel like it's on the longer end because, the
Yeah,
initial
same.
reaction would go short, right?
They ain't have no iPhones, no flashlights.
We're going to go with 4 days.
Final answer?
Spooky, scary skeleton.
Give it to me.
Incorrect, guys.
Aw.
You can only have 4 wrong. You got 1 wrong, so you only got 3 mistakes coming. It was actually a 3-day affair.
Oh.
They came, you just 1 day off. They came together for a
You're
dinner.
not counting cleanup then. Huh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Nice.
I just saw online that it took 3 days. They had it initially was just for like one day to celebrate their harvest, but then they had stuff left over, so they just kept it going for 2 more days.
2 days. 2 days of
Yep,
leftovers. All right.
of hanging out.
I guess.
What is a snood? SNOOD. What is a snood? A. The loose skin under a male's turkey's neck. B. A hat worn by one of the original pilgrims. C. A hot cider drink served at the first Thanksgiving. D. A homemade turtleneck sweater.
In the film world, a snood is when you like you wrap a light so that it's pinpoint instead of out. So you
Okay.
make a snood. So it's either turtleneck or a
Yeah.
hat. But the turtleneck makes sense because it's a tunnel in which something can
Tunnel.
come out.
I think I can follow that logic only because that's the only context that we have to this word, right? I'll go with turtleneck.
Wait, is that the final answer?
Yeah.
Turtleneck? That's incorrect,
Well-
y'all. Freaking a homemade turtleneck is a turtleneck, okay? The correct answer
What?
is the loose skin under a male's neck.
Oh,
A male turkey's neck.
is
Oh
that
no,
not a
I didn't know that.
is that not a
Dude,
giblet?
if you're thinking about lighting, I guess it's like the loose skin under their neck is cradling their neck. I don't know.
Disgusting.
Okay. All right, guys. 2 wrong already.
We're still in
Come
good
on.
contention because we need
We're
to
just-
hit about 50%.
Yeah.
And if
That's
we get
true.
the next two right, that's 50%. So we're good.
What meat was brought to the first Thanksgiving by the Native Americans? Deer, turkey, pork, beef.
It's one of those ones where like I feel like if we don't say turkey, it's like what a loss. But then again, I also
Yeah.
feel like it's one of those ones where it's definitely not turkey because then why would there be any other choice?
That's the way I'm leaning.
I feel
I
like
don't think it's
pig.
turkey. Yeah.
I feel like pig is pretty plentiful. Deer, I mean, that's pretty plentiful either too. Cows, I don't think are cows domestic to us. I don't even want to mention it because I could be way off. But I can't imagine them having cows.
Yeah.
At least not
I
the
feel the
Native
most
American side.
either domesticated or wild animal that is most prevalent to an Indian is a pig. Or it could just be turkey.
I'm gonna go with pig 'cause that's what my gut said.
Nope. I thought this one was an easy one.
We're
I thought this
not
was
gonna get
easy.
anything.
Because
swear
Native
we're not
Americans
dummies.
are more like in the wild, and this one's a little bit more wild out of all the 3.
What,
Deer?
deer?
It's deer. The Native Americans brought deer. Turkeys, I
Oh.
don't think were brought to the first Thanksgiving, actually.
That's what
And
I
then
suspect.
I
Yeah.
don't think they domesticated cows either or pigs yet. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. But it was definitely deer. Okay, guys.
I don't know about definitely.
We
but-
have to we have to hit this. Otherwise, we have to go nearly perfect the rest of the way.
I know. Oh my gosh.
tough.
They're high key like all kind of hard. Oh no, I feel bad. Maybe I'll lower the threshold since these questions be hard.
Maybe like 2 right?
Like if you get 5 right.
So now we're
These are
aiming
pretty
for
hard.
lower than F. Just so you guys know. Just like in
Whatever.
school.
As long as you're
We're
having fun.
not
Okay.
dummies.
According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the
Eat.
heaviest turkey weighed how many pounds? Heaviest turkey ever. 11 pounds, 26
Oh.
pounds, 55 pounds, 87
Close.
pounds.
Turkeys be big though, just
Yeah.
normally. So the
Guinness
biggest
Book.
turkey, it gotta be a beefy one.
Yeah.
50 pounds. If I were to lift 50 pounds, it's not that heavy. 80 pounds though. I have to get
Wild
my legs under
turkey.
it.
Yeah. 80-pound turkey. I would say like 19, probably around average, right?
While they're mustering that over, uh, Jen and I one time had to buy a turkey for my mom, and my mom was like, "Why are you guys buying this like $20 turkey? Why are you spending $20?" And we're like, $20 isn't bad. What do you mean? Like it's only $22. And then we go to like a Jewel the next day, and there's like turkeys for $5. And we're like, oh crap, I guess there were cheaper turkeys.
Oh. Because 80 could just be that throwaway number, right? That you just come up
Yeah.
with when you make a multiple choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is do or die here. Basically, I'm comfortable with 50.
Yep. I'll do that as well.
All right. That was your final answer. And you guys are about to be as dead as a turkey on Thanksgiving Day because the
Oh.
answer was 87. I thought you
Oh
guys had it.
my
You guys
goodness.
literally were leading 80 the whole time. And then all of a sudden switched to 57, 55. What the heck? Come on, guys. The biggest turkey ever was 87. You guys had it. 80. That's a big turkey. That's it. Hopefully, you guys will do better in the next round. Let's recuperate a little bit from that.
Jeez.
And all right.
As you saw right there, we got absolutely obliterated by those trivia questions. Now, something that we hope we don't get obliterated here in Thanksgiving is when people actually start to get back together with their families for Thanksgiving dinner, for a celebration. We want to share some tips and some stories about dealing with family.
Yeah, definitely dealing with families. I feel like it's different for every family. Sometimes you just have like that family party where like it's just like whatever, like you're all just chilling. But I know some people have families that are difficult to deal with. You got people you got butt heads with, or you just got beef with people in your family sometimes, or don't like the opinions of them. Tip for this Thanksgiving is let it go. Let it go. Elsa said it best. Freaking Frozen. Let it go, guys. Sometimes there's a time and place to debate with your family about really heavy topics. For some reason, heavy topics keep getting brought up during Thanksgiving. I feel like just let it go. You're not going to solve anything here. People are like, they already know what they believe and they're not trying to change what they believe. And obviously, if it's like something serious, you can have like those conversations at a different time, those hard conversations. But when it's Thanksgiving and it's about being together, gathering together as family, you just let it go. My favorite thing is to laugh it off. Someone says something I don't like, I just start laughing and just like nod my head, like, yeah, you crazy uncle, and then walk away.
Yeah. There's a time and place to kind of win those conversations over with your family members, especially those very strong opinionated aunts and uncles. But during Thanksgiving, gotta let it go. It's more than that.
Yeah, I think everyone can appreciate the idea that, like, we kind of all had to be a little separated at a certain extent, especially with more extended family last year. That now, if you're able to, if I don't want to make this political, but like if people start to get vaccinations and you're able to kind of be indoors together in a safe situation, more people are going to be doing things like that. You got to appreciate, the time that you have because as we saw, you don't always get to see people all the time. So when you do get that time, try not to focus too much on the bad stuff. Just listen in a sense. You don't always have to state your opinion, especially when you're just at a party with family or you're having Thanksgiving dinner with your family. You don't always have to state your opinion. Of course, you want to thread the line. And of course, if you want to make a point in a nice kind of manner, it doesn't ruin everyone's mood. Go ahead and state your case. But more importantly, just there's some certain aspects, especially when they're older generation or a generation that is kind of, you know, the way they see you is like you're just, a kid and they're going to stay in their ways, that it's not really worth the fight at a certain point.
Nah, it's not worth the fight in that moment because they be headstrong sometimes. If you're like actually really bothered about what someone said, you can always find someone like your age or like your favorite cousin or your brother or sister that you feel comfortable and be like, yo, Uncle Bob just said the most racist thing. I hate him. And then you guys could laugh about it and deal with it later. Because then at least you're not just like mustering in this anger by yourself. You like tell it to someone else and you can laugh about it and be like, oh my God, Uncle Bob acting up again. Stop giving him whiskey.
And people do tend to, like get, with family, there's people that often get, inebriated and stuff. So, it's not always the best things that they're spewing out. They might come back later and be like, yeah, 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 that was definitely kind of out of bounds in that limit. So, like with all things, if somebody's a little off the deep end because of a little drinky, you kind of want
Yeah.
to take it with a grain of salt.
And that can definitely happen at Thanksgiving dinner, especially when you're comfortable around family, doing those kinds of things, saying whatever you want to say. Obviously, it's a blessing to be with your family, have Thanksgiving together, have dinner together. But unfortunately, there is that conflict where you have to deal with some family members. And my tip or my advice is basically to just remember that you're not there to convince anyone or change their mindset. You're there to appreciate the holiday together, right? Even if they're not all basically present for that moment, for that holiday. I'm sure you all know if you've ever had any conflicts with your family members, they're not very easily persuaded. And Thanksgiving, unfortunately, is not any different. You're not going to persuade anyone on any of their opinions. Like Crystal said earlier, there's a time and place, and it's Thanksgiving. Just enjoy the moment. Be with your family. It could be so much worse to where you are not together, not having dinner. It's a blessing to be with these people and treat it as so.
With that, I just want to say opinions only matter if you let them matter. Family members have all these opinions and it's so easy to be bothered by them. You can just let it go in one ear out the other because it's just an opinion, it's not a fact. Like, I don't know if who's ever listening has like an Asian family, Asian household, but pretty much when you go to these big family events, all like your titas and your aunts are judging you and pretty much saying like, "Yo, you gained like 10 pounds, huh?" Or you're like, "You're getting fat. Your sweater's looking tight, man." Or they just comment about the dumbest stuff, anything about your life. Like, "Oh, what are you doing now? Oh, you're not a doctor? You're not studying to become a doctor?" Or like, "Oh, when are you gonna have a boyfriend? When are you have a girlfriend?" And you're just freaking stressed the whole time because they're like trying to judge you on every move you have. You just don't let the opinion matter. Everyone's going at their own pace. Just laugh about it. That's just my go-to, laugh about it, but only only let opinions matter when you want them to matter. It's up to you how you take them.
They say you get to, friends are the family you get to choose, and family is just the family you don't get to choose. It's better to have some semblance of a relationship with your family that is amicable than to burn people out because of what they say. Because you don't get to choose your family. Your family is just given to you. You're born in there. If you want to select people in your friends group because of certain things, that's the time you decide to choose versus at a Thanksgiving gathering.
Just grab a piece of pie and enjoy it and enjoy the company. That comes to my second point is when it comes to like big gatherings, any big gathering with like a family or even Thanksgiving, to make things like a lighter mood so you guys have to so you don't have to look for like random topics to talk about. Freaking plan game to bring like all that stress of like being together, not knowing what to do, not knowing what to talk about. Just get people to play a game. Obviously, it's going to be competitive, but it's all fun and games. Plan a few games. You guys are all playing together, having fun. You get to think about playing the game as opposed to thinking about other things that you could talk about.
They're definitely a great way to facilitate, a time without having to actually talk about thing beyond thing. Because then everyone just talks about the game, and so
Yeah.
everyone's preoccupied with their certain subject.
I mean, I have a big family to where a lot of us play games, and it does get heated. It can get pretty testy sometimes, but those are the moments that you need to look forward to embrace, especially for Thanksgiving holiday. Again, it can be competitive. Like those are
Better
the
to fight
moments.
over the game, right?
Yeah, those are the moments that you cherish, right? Because you're all there playing together.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know what games to play, charades is always fun. Pictionary, buy like dry erase boards from the dollar store and you could play Pictionary. Or honestly, go on Pinterest and search Thanksgiving games or just like family games. And there's a ton of stuff you could do that will get people going and excited. If you're hosting Thanksgiving, have some games planned. Let people release
Make people play
their
party
anger.
guess from Whose
Yeah.
Line Is It Anyway?
Oh my
That's
gosh.
probably the
Yeah,
Yes.
most fun to watch people do.
yeah.
It's hilarious.
You have to definitely have a family that's like ready to like act and go crazy and not be embarrassed. So it might not be
It's
for
also
everybody,
like a
but
good
I
way to
recommend it.
incorporate newer people. Like if someone brings like a significant other and they're kind of new to the group and you throw them in there and they have to now do that,
Oh, that's
like
great.
that's the easiest transition to kind of
Oh, so
incorporating
smart.
them in the group. And like it's so easy to now you're laughing all together. So now after the game, even when it's over and you're eating food, now you have something to talk about. Now you don't have to think about what to talk about. It's like, oh, remember that stupid thing we were doing? Blah 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 blah. etc etc. So it's just a really good way. Another like that popped up, especially we mentioned Asian household, which we are. Is karaoke is a great way to do too. You're not talking about certain topics. If you're singing a song, so karaoke I think would be it's always fun, and the way things work now, you could just if you have a laptop, you don't have to buy a full machine. You just put a laptop on the TV, maybe get a microphone. You don't even really need a microphone, and you could swing for that.
Sing away.
And if people are nervous about singing, honestly, you could like sing along with everybody. Like everybody could be singing at the same time. As soon as like you pick your mic up, if you're afraid, like other people are gonna sing with you and pick some like
Yeah, pick
upbeat song.
songs that people know. If
Yeah.
you pick a song that only you know, no one can
No
sing
one's
along.
gonna sing.
It's on you
Yeah.
to sing, and if you don't
I
sing,
love
then it's
karaoke.
over.
You've been warned.
Gosh. Let us know if you guys sing karaoke and you're not like a Filipino or slash Asian household. I feel like that's like a Filipino thing, but I'd be interested to know if other people just have
Yeah,
karaoke machines too.
people just do karaoke. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have a lot of karaoke bars just out and about, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
people do like it. Now, speaking of games and karaoke, we are going to continue our game. As abysmal as the scoreboard may look, we're going to try our hand at four
Oh
more
no.
trivia questions of Thanksgiving.
Oh no. Guys, I'm gonna try to make
Uh,
Christmas questions easier because I'm feeling like these are hard. Oh my
Please.
gosh.
Or we're just
Okay.
stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the thinking on a lot of your guys's like breakdowns, but it's not working, I guess. What traditional eating utensil was not used at the first Thanksgiving? A spoon, B, a fork, C, a knife, D, fingers and hands.
You're not going to spoon a deer, right? So,
I was gonna say, what food would they have where a
yeah,
spoon?
you're not spooning off corn.
Where they have like porridge?
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
you know,
I don't
they
know what they had
scoop
at
those
dinner.
things.
Yeah. I know people back then, they were hungry.
It was that straight from the bowl.
Uh, we're gonna ride and die with spoon here.
if so, this is the last one we could possibly get wrong.
So you guys are picking spoon, and now we have another dead turkey because that is incorrect. It's actually fork.
No!
Oh
How?
my. I don't know. When was the fork invented? High key, actually.
I
I
mean,
kind of
maybe
am
it's like a
interested.
technicality. Maybe they use tridents and like they're like, that's not technically a fork.
Freaking beers.
Well, you guys can't get any more wrong. So I hope
We have to go
this.
perfect.
Yeah, you have to go perfect. Okay, maybe this will be easier. Maybe not. Oh
You
gosh.
guys ready
Okay.
for the show?
Judd, you're in New York, right?
Yes.
There's like the
Oh,
Macy's Thanksgiving parade, right?
Yes.
In the first Macy's Thanksgiving parade, which of these were not featured at the parade? The first one, the first ever Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade. Music. 2, dancers. 3, floats. 4, balloons.
I'm leaning
What are you guys feeling?
heavy on balloons here.
I think that's a good guess because it's so close to like float, like to then just try to go in balloon. And
But I mean, a float,
obviously, yeah, float is definitely that parade. Whether it's the first one or not, it's definitely that parade. I don't know. I think balloon. Yeah, I kind of like that answer.
floats in that sense could be like wooden box, people standing inside of it. Bare minimum, and then they just walk down the street.
Yeah, and dancing
Dancers,
could just
music,
be like
same thing.
marchers. We are not getting anything for Black Friday, so I'm good with
Final
balloon.
answer?
We're going with balloon here.
And you guys live to see another day. Balloon
Hey,
was correct.
and our road
Well
to
done.
comeback has begun.
That's pretty crazy though, because now I don't know if you guys watch Thanksgiving. I mean, we all do, but the parade is like all big balloons now, like huge,
Yeah.
big old balloons going down the street. People holding them.
Snoopy, the woodpecker,
Yep.
all those things. Cause I'm from New York and I know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In regards to the Macy's Thanksgiving parade, who,
Oh,
what, slash, or who comes at the very end? Who is the last
Santa.
part of the Thanksgiving parade?
Santa.
A, the mayor of New York. B, the Thanksgiving turkey. C, Santa Claus and his reindeer. D, the Thanksgiving parade director.
Whack.
There's no way.
Kidnap that
going
Santa
Santa.
Claus, throw him in a bag.
That's your final answer?
Santa Claus.
That's correct. Santa Claus is the last floaty. He is welcoming us into the new Christmas season. Santa
Thank you,
Claus
Santa.
with his reindeer last.
Thank you for that one.
Okay, guys. Now that you guys are okay, you guys got 2 right in a row. This is good. I'm gonna bring it back to my last question about the Thanksgiving parade. What was the first department store to hold a Thanksgiving parade? A, Sears. B, Macy's.
Uh,
C, Gimbals. D, J.C. Penney.
Is Gimbals, was that ever a real store or is that just Elf?
I don't know. It could be any one of them. Could be Gimbals for
feel
all
like-
I know.
I feel like Gimbal, it's either Gimbals or Macy's. But I mean, Macy's would have obviously be called Marshall Fields, right? I mean, I don't know how correct it is, but they use the Macy's building as Gimbals and Elf. So maybe Gimbals was Macy's before Macy's.
I think it'd be more so Macy's.
We're not getting anything. Macy's.
I'm confused because you guys had an answer. Did you not decide on a different answer? Never mind. Fine. What's your final answer?
I have a feeling it's Gimbals now.
Yeah. What's going on here?
I'm gonna give it to you guys. I'm gonna give it to you guys as Gimbals because you guys were definitely there. A correct answer was Gimbals. Gimbals was an actual
Hey.
department store in New
Let's
York. Their
go.
flag, well, they had a bunch, but their flagship store was in New York, and they had their first Thanksgiving parade. I also was confused. I'm like, is that a real store? Yeah, Gimbals was a real store. You guys had it all right. It wouldn't be Macy's. It would have been Marshall Fields.
Well, she's gonna give us that. We are now still in the running for something on Black Friday if we get the rest of the
yeah.
questions right. So speaking of Black Friday, we really want to do it and we want to get that free thing. But Black Friday is probably one of the bigger things that happens in the Thanksgiving season and is actually encroached onto Thanksgiving Day, basically. A lot of people do Black Friday on Thanksgiving Day. So we want to talk about it a little bit and give some tips, some tricks, maybe some stories about Black Friday.
Well, what do you guys think about Black Friday encroaching on Thanksgiving? Like, literally, people are leaving Thanksgiving dinner at like 7 p.m. to go stand in line at like your nearest Walmart. I feel like they've changed that like in the past 2 years. I don't know if it's because of COVID, but I feel like they stopped doing deals that early. But how do you feel about it?
They've definitely switched it a little bit to where like there's certain timetable times where things are more off and they've pushed it back to its regular midnight kind of schedule. But that
Yeah.
was actually one of the points that I was going to make in this section was we used to be huge on Black Friday and we would literally leave like in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner with all our family there and
Yep.
to go do Black Friday stuff. And what I would say, we've switched it recently. We kind of stopped doing that, especially on Thanksgiving Day. We do still go at night, much to our detriment and sleep. But and actually past recently, we didn't even do midnight last or 2 years ago. I don't even think.
No.
Don't sacrifice your holiday with your families for sales because
Yeah.
there's sales all around the year. And I know it's slightly better on Black Friday, but don't sacrifice your holiday, especially the older heads. They want you to be there. It's time for family. If you want to just go and get an Xbox, it just shows them like, oh, you'd rather do that than spend time with them. Don't sacrifice your holiday for Black Friday. As much as I love Black Friday,
Yeah, it's definitely easy to get lost in all the sales that comes with Black Friday deals. And for the most part, at least for me, there's like one or two sales that suck me in that make me want to go shopping. And they all obviously are doorbusters. They take me away from the Thanksgiving holiday. I leave Thanksgiving dinner. It's not good. But like Jen said, we've kind of grown past that and we've learned to appreciate Thanksgiving Day separately from Black Friday shopping, but it's those one or two things that I wanna buy that end up being doorbusters, and then here I go diving into the black hole that is Black Friday deals, and most of the time, it's things that I don't need, but, if I had it, it'd be pretty nice, and at this time of the year, it's not as expensive, so it's a lot easier to just say, "I'm gonna go get it." But the important thing is that Black Friday now is being pushed over into the weekend. They have Cyber Monday deals going on, and sometimes those deals are even better than the Black Friday doorbusters. But even if it isn't, it's more so important to separate the two. Thanksgiving's Thanksgiving. Black Friday should be happening after Thanksgiving. It shouldn't take over any of the interactions that you have with family, especially on Thanksgiving Day.
How do you guys feel about this? I kind of feel like this is okay, which is I think it was more like Steven's family side. We would eat dinner, we'd have our good time, and then like it's like kind of like quieter where we don't know what to do. We like pull out the like Thanksgiving Day like paper advertisements and look through them together and be like, "Oh my god, look, there's this on sale tomorrow." So like and then you start making a list together. So you're still doing stuff as like a family, but you're bringing in Black Friday. Do you think that's okay? Because I thought that was fine. I thought that was fun.
I definitely think that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't usurp the holiday of Thanksgiving. Looking through ads, I personally one of the best parts of Black Fridays because sometimes you don't even really want anything just to
Yeah.
see like, oh, this is this price. Like it's just kind of exciting for some reason.
Yeah, I love it. That's why freaking pick up the freaking paper ones from go to like Walmart, go to Target, or like they have them online actually. You could pull them up online and you could go through
I have
them
them
together.
online.
I feel like that's fun. That's another like
Yeah.
dealing with family members. Just go shopping together. Window shop the advertisements.
Yeah, it's definitely better. I don't have a problem with that either. I mean, again, you're still sharing the holiday together, doing one thing or another. You're all embracing the moment, being present in the holiday, sharing all the good times, laughter.
Yep.
It's the leaving to go shopping that I I would draw the line.
I definitely noticed that like a couple times when I don't even know how long ago it was. Definitely at like Timberlake Drive, Crystal. Like, I remember we just like left, and then as we were leaving, I was like, this is
Not good.
bad. Why are we doing this?"
What did we want? We went to Best Buy
Best Buy
I
and
every
we
remember
year.
waited
I
in
didn't
line.
even buy anything that night. I didn't even buy anything. I didn't end up
I
getting anything.
don't know why we did that. I think it was like the first 50 people get like some crazy deal on a TV or something, and then we didn't get
Yeah, I
any.
don't know.
I don't know. That was dumb.
And you just end up buying things that you don't need because you didn't get what you actually wanted.
A tip for Black Friday is what I noticed Crystal do quite a bit, and Steve is buy Christmas gifts on Black Friday. If you are gonna do Black Friday,
Genius.
use it to buy Christmas gifts because, like, although there's the big doorbuster stuff, there's a lot of like mini sales that you don't have to go to doorbusters to get, and you can then get cheaper stuff for Thanksgiving. And guess what? You get it done before even December happens, so you
Yep.
take
Yep.
off that stress.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's definitely like number 1 on my list. If you're like a last minute Christmas shopper, like you're literally shopping like in the 2 weeks before Christmas, it is so stressful. Girl, man, boy, woman, you need to start shopping on Black Friday. Like the first year that was like, why am I buying stuff for myself? Like I don't need anything. I'm going to get stuff for Christmas. Like people are going to be asking what I want for Christmas. What are they going to buy me if I bought everything for myself already? So I
Yeah.
always just freaking make a list of all the people I need to buy gifts for and freaking go out on Black Friday and go shopping. Honestly, it's a lot more fun that way for me now.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, wow, I'm almost done with my Christmas shopping. Now all I got to do is like wrap, and now I can like enjoy my Christmas season instead of being freaking stressed about buying someone the perfect gift and we're like a week away from Christmas or the night before. I feel like we used to go Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve sometimes. Like literally the
Although you guys
morning
do
of.
buy Black Friday, somehow I feel like I'm wrapping gifts from you guys for other people on like the night before Christmas. So I don't
Oh
know what
Yeah.
the
yeah.
deal with that is.
Oh my god, it's so stressful. Get it done early. And a tip for that is if you have a family that like likes to make lists and stuff, do your like Christmas lists. Like have everybody submit them on Christmas. Like I know my side
On
of the
Thanksgiving.
family like will I literally ask people
Thanksgiving.
like, "Hey, get your list to me ASAP." I like already asked my family members to start a list so that I can start getting my list going on who to buy gifts for. And then on Steven's side of the family, we do Secret Santa. So we literally pick names on Thanksgiving and give each other or like write our wish list on Thanksgiving so that the other person can like start shopping on Black Friday for all the stuff they want.
Yeah, it's becoming a little more universal where a lot of these retailers are kind of utilizing the Black Friday like shopping fever. So even if the things that you want or are looking for other people are not on sale, they do these things like they offer free shipping. Or they could even do like free priority shipping, free 2-day shipping. I mean, these deals are usually available the entire weekend. The things that they promote to say that are limited supply that you need to act on quick, like doorbusters. Most of the time, they aren't worth it because they're very limited in supply and they're just outrageous purchases for a lot cheaper, which, is enticing, but shouldn't be a priority.
Yeah, what I gotta work on is doing that, get Christmas done for other people. But when it's Black Friday, I'm always on the mindset like I'm gonna get something for me. I'll get
Yeah.
people's Christmas presents later. I'm gonna get stuff for me because
I'll get stuff for
I'm
myself on
gonna
Black
Black Friday.
Friday, but prepare to buy stuff for other people. If you see stuff on Black Friday that you really want, you can do that too.
It's
But
one of those situations where you can knock out essentially two birds with one stone, right? Go shopping for yourself and then even if you get like a quarter or half of your Christmas gifts done, like a huge win.
Or if you do what Steven does and you want something, you like slyly go, "Oh, the Xbox is on sale on Black Friday, like on this exact site for this exact
Take
price.
note.
And like, I really want that. So if anybody wants to get that for me, like, that's fine. If not, it's okay." And now the other family members are like hustling on Black Friday trying to get that. So,
That's one way. That's that's one way I've learned to cope with Black Friday shopping, right? So instead of being impulsive and just going on these websites or going to the store on Thanksgiving or Black Friday or what have you, we've learned to come out with Christmas gift lists, like wish lists around Thanksgiving. And so I end up just go window shopping through all these Black Friday sales and just dish them out to people who I feel like would want to get me a Christmas gift. If I get it, it's amazing. If I don't, it's fine.
Oh, the time.
gifts. Get the gifts.
I literally send out links.
It's actually really helpful. I like it. I like when people
Never
do
done.
that. So, I mean, obviously, we're all going to be shopping on Black Friday. And I know people like hate Black Friday with a passion because they're like, why are you freaking shopping? Like, you should just be with family. You know what? Make it a family event. Black Friday for me is like a family event. Like Jun comes, like Steven comes, like we're all like we meet up with some of Steven's family members at the mall. We're like, "Oh, who's going to the mall? Like let's all meet up and shop together." Like make it a family thing. To me, like Black Friday is like part of Thanksgiving. It's not two separate things for me, at least. We make it that way so that it's like a tradition like yeah, we all get out of our nice Thanksgiving clothes. You put on some more comfortable clothes. You all go to Starbucks together. They have like their holiday drinks. Everybody gets a Starbucks and we all
Yep.
go walk around the mall and hang out together. So like you're making it a family thing. And I feel like that's what's special about Black Friday in a sense. It's like, yeah, you're shopping, but like you can go with the people you were at dinner with, you know? That's my tip. Make it a family thing.
Yeah.
Make it a tradition. So
Much
it feels
much like the
more
pilgrims
yeah.
extend
What?
Thanksgiving to
3
3,
days.
4 days. 4
Yeah.
days as is the original was, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not 3.
Definitely. Make it a 2-day event, include it with Black Friday. You guys can go back home after shopping and eat the Thanksgiving leftovers, and it's a continuous family thing.
What's fun about it is, don't be misled. Crystal also looks through the Black Friday ads for her Christmas gifts and she sends them out to people. It's pretty
Heck yeah.
convenient, right? And what makes it fun when we all go Black Friday shopping is that sometimes we're buying these gifts for each other, right?
Oh.
And let's say we go to the mall like around doorbuster time. I don't know what it is, like midnight or something. It's a huge scramble. And we're standing next to the person of whom this trip is for, right? I want to get this gift for them, but how do I ditch them without telling them that I'm going to get them their Christmas gift?
That's where teamwork comes in. Sometimes you
That's where
have
you
to
have
so
multiple
oh,
people.
have them go this way.
I'm going to go get Starbucks.
Yeah, that's how you
I'm
make it
gonna
a
go put
family
my
event.
jacket back in the car.
I'm freezing, but I'm gonna put my jacket in the car.
And then you get out later, be like,
That's a
don't go
good
to the back.
point.
So
Don't go to the
you can
back.
still enjoy Black Friday as an extension of Thanksgiving with your family. Kind of get creative. Make your Christmas list. If you guys do gift giving on Christmas, do it on Thanksgiving. Plan to go shopping together on Black Friday. Try not to make it all about yourself. Look for gifts for other people. It it's just as fulfilling. Maybe not at first, but later on when you find yourself stuck having to buy gifts for other people, be grateful if you just bought it during Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
And there's always Cyber Monday. If you just want to hang out with your family at home.
The other thing that there'll always be is that Steven and I need to get every single question of the next 4 trivia questions correct
Oh,
to capitalize on our Black Friday game with Crystal.
let's do it.
Crystal, take it away, and
All
hopefully we
right.
don't wreck it from the get-go.
How many calories does an average person consume during Thanksgiving dinner? 1,200, 1,600, 4,500, 10,000.
10,000. That's
That's
An
5
average
times
Thanksgiving.
an average daily value.
ungodly amount calories.
How many turkeys you eating?
You're taking like a gravy bowl and chugging that thing face
That's
first, like
like
the pilgrims did.
immediately 5 pounds added. How difficult is it to double the average of calories? I think even if you like pig out on like McDonald's, right? To like, get 4,000 calories in one sitting, it's got to be pretty tough.
That's pretty tough.
That would be like what, 10, 10 to 15 things of fries? Because a fry is like 320 calories, I think. Don't comment why I know that
So
number
you're
precisely. But that's like, that's like 10 to 15 of those. That's quite a bit.
getting close to that daily caloric intake would make the most sense. So the closest would be 16.
It's also an American holiday, right? So, not to say Americans are fatter than the average. So, does the 2,000 calories skew higher when it's considering Thanksgiving dinner, which is an American holiday?
It just makes the most sense. Some people don't even hit 2,000 calories a day. And so falling under 16 to make that average, it makes sense.
So you guys are going with 1,600. What I'm gonna say now is welcome to an on the line Thanksgiving where points don't matter and where gifts don't matter and prizes don't matter because the
It's
answer was
45, no?
4,500.
Wow.
Yeah, average
Can you
Double.
American.
imagine that?
I mean,
Double a full
you're
day?
but like you're eating turkey. You have mac and cheese. You got potatoes. You got freaking all the desserts. You're going to get
4,500.
seconds. There's like tons of food.
Yeah, but that's like so like you eat your meal, right? So that's one meal. You go for seconds, that's 2 meals. Even if you go back for thirds, that's 3 meals. People have 3 meals a day for 2,000. You're telling me we're going up to 6 of those?
I don't know. Google it.
No.
I don't know. I
All
guess
right.
that
I mean, my
maybe.
gut kind of wanted to say that too. That's why I tried to bring in that American aspect. I was like, well,
Yep.
maybe it's skewed much higher.
Yeah.
Because it's an American tradition.
A full-grown turkey has about how many feathers? 800,
What the heck?
2,000,
I was in like the 30s.
3,500, 5,000
Okay, we
on
can
average.
obliterate top end and low end.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Are we talking like adult? Adult turkey, right?
We're talking about
A
that
full, yeah.
87-pound
That's part of
turkey.
the question. A full-grown turkey. A full-grown turkey.
Full grown. I'll go 3,500.
And we're back in the game. That was correct.
Let's
A full-grown turkey
go.
has 3,500 feathers. Well done. Speaking of this dang full-grown turkey, if you're gonna cook that thing, what's the best place to put the thermometer in when you cook a turkey? In its breast, in its neck, in its thigh, in the middle of its back. If you're cooking a turkey, where are you gonna put that thermometer in? When you cook a turkey perfectly, you put a thermometer to see what the temperature
I think
is.
it's the thigh.
Yeesh. That makes
I
sense.
think is yeah. Breast has the chest cavity, so it's that thick. The neck's definitely not the answer because that's gonna be almost to a crisp.
Yep.
Uh,
In his
back.
back.
Which when it's cooked, is that the front or is that the back? That's the front, right?
You're telling me this thing belly up?
I think it is belly up. But back's not the answer. It's either breast or thigh. But I'm
I
thinking the thigh's probably the thickest part. No,
I think
maybe breast.
thigh would make sense.
We obviously don't cook.
Yeah.
All right, you guys need
I'm
to
gonna
pick an
go with
answer
Thai.
before you start. Well done! Thai is the correct
Hey.
answer. Woohoo! Okay, we are ending it off with a little bit of Christmas, just like the Thanksgiving Day parade. What famous Christmas song was originally written for Thanksgiving? Jingle Bells, Let It Snow, Little Drummer Boy, Silent Night.
I think it's Jingle Bells.
Don't they say sleigh in the song? Not Christmas? And one horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride. Na 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 na.
And
Dashing through
more
the snow.
so
And infinity.
could be like an indicator that, food's coming into town.
Well, Drummer Boy is Christmas, so that's Jesus song. So not that. Last one is Silent Night. Holy Night. Nope, that's also Christian. So cancel that.
Let it
How
snow.
does Let It Snow go? Let it know, let it know, let it know.
Let it
Let it snow.
snow. Let it snow.
What?
Gotta let it snow.
Let it snow.
You guys are off.
I don't know how that song goes. Let it snow. Let it snow. How does it go, Crystal?
Actually,
Sing Let It Snow real quick.
let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Dashing through the snow.
And one horse open sleigh. Let it
Let it
snow,
snow,
let it
let it
snow,
snow,
let it
let it snow.
snow.
Let it snow.
That's
Let it
not
snow.
it. That's not
Gotta let it
it.
snow.
I'm dead.
Therefore,
What are you guys
my
going with?
answer is Jingle Bell. My answer,
Okay,
I think I'm gonna
because we
go.
already got mathematically eliminated, right? So I'll go with the other one. Steve will go with Jingle Bell.
All right.
Better
Steven's
not be
going with
Little
Jingle
Drummer Boy.
Bells. Jonah's going with Let It Snow. And I'm about to sing the correct answer.
Oh, it's not Jingle Bell. It's not Let Us Know then.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle
Hey!
all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one horse open sleigh.
Oh,
Woo!
yeah. Bring on them Black Friday deals.
Now Steven can sing Let It Snow again. Let it snow. It was Jingle Bells. And that is a wrap, y'all. Thank you for taking my trivia. Jen and Steven are not getting gifts from me on Black Friday, but I might buy them something anyway for the effort. Maybe something for like $20. But thanks for joining us on that trivia.
Now, although Steve and I will not be getting any gifts this Black Friday, we hope that this episode was a gift for you guys. Because we talked about dealing with family members. Thanksgiving is definitely the time where family tends to clash because everyone gets together, extended family and all. But we want to make sure that, it's your family, so you definitely want to just take your time and listen. Don't let anything bother you too much. Remember, it's only one day. We're not pilgrims. We're not celebrating this for 3 days. And we also talked about Black Friday. We don't want it to clash with Thanksgiving itself. So we had a couple solutions to actually incorporate it into the Thanksgiving holiday. And also, there's a lot of cool things that you could do as far as buying Christmas gifts and using that holiday more for other people than yourself. So everybody have a great holiday season coming up. We are on the line.
If you guys like content like this and you want to hear more on other life advice topics, please look us up and follow us on your podcast line, wherever you listen, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever we're going to put this. But also support us and follow us on our other channels. We are on the line on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Please support us, and we hope to see you guys soon. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Now what button do I press?
Did I do that?